We're live. All right, we are live. So we are here on Super Bowl Sunday. I know this will be recorded because I want to help everyone with this new Carb Manager update. I hear that it is a doozy. So I've been looking at all of the information on the Carb Manager update and working on that just so I can help everyone get going. My wife is in there making all kinds of noise. So that's what y'all hear. All right, so we are going to get this education today on the Carb Manager. I'm gonna keep it quick so y'all can get to the game. So, there we go. I saw you said every superhero has music, and Misty says, all right. So I don't see any comments on the Facebook side, y'all. So definitely let me know y'all out there. That way I know that we got some folks. I know folks is getting ready for this game, so I'm just gonna get right to it. So here we go, y'all. So here goes the Carb Manager app. So let's see here. I just clicked that. Where you? All right, so it'll pop up in a second here, but there we go. It's moving a little slow, so having trouble connecting. So he said this is often caused by unstable internet. Yeah, probably so. So it's having trouble connecting me. Here we go. Hopefully y'all can see it. Hopefully y'all can see it. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so here's the Carb Manager, y'all, and I shrunk it so that it looks similar to what you see when you actually log into Carb Manager. So here's what it really looks like when you log into Carb Manager from your app, and I'm making it so that it's like so it looks like the phone. So I'm on the computer, but I'm making it so that it looks like the phone. So when you go into Carb Manager, here's all your information. And some people are like confused, but this part right here is pretty simple because this shows you, what you ate, your snacks, your meals for the day, and all of that good stuff. But when you're getting the Carb Manager set up, this is the part that's been confusing, right? So you want to go here. So you see the little icon right up here, right? Y'all see the little icon, right? Top left. Your profile picture will probably be there. I never set up a profile picture on mine, but your profile picture will be about right in there. So click that. When you click that, you will get all of the settings. So this is my profile. Most of you will already have this set up because if you didn't, then you wouldn't be really worried about this update because you would just kind of be already used. You wouldn't be used to anything that have to change it around. But your profile information, I mean, this is the basics, and y'all can see my basic information. I just kind of kept this generic in there, my weight and this, that, and the other. And I got 209 in here. I weighed myself this morning. I was 205, y'all. I can't believe it. So that's my weight and everything in there. This is your general profile information, which is basic. Your account settings. So you go to your account settings. That's your password, all that good stuff, y'all. So that's not anything out of the ordinary. I think everybody can figure that part out, right? Your app settings. So when you get into the app settings, you want to go and you want to make this net carbs. If you choose to, if you're going off of my teaching and you are new to the ketogenic lifestyle, I say set it at net carbs. So you want to get that set at net carbs. And then your next set is here to enable calorie burning. I don't like to enable the calorie burning because I think that in a sense, sometimes you get too focused on calories because of all of the dietary lifestyles that we've learned over the years. I don't want you to focus on the calories. I'm going to tell you where your calories should be set, but I don't want us to focus on that. I don't want us to focus on, well, how many calories did I burn it? I don't want us to focus on that part of it. I want us to focus on the fat loss part of it. But if you feel like that's going to help you, that's where that is. All right. So that's where that is. If you feel like that's going to help you, or maybe your coach is teaching you to use that as a measure. So then you want to look at your units of measure. So here go your units of measure. You got your calories. Your weight should be in pounds, depending on where you live, because I know that we are international. So depending on where you live, you might want to change this to kilograms if you're not in the US. Okay, so that's how you would change that. So length units, and your length units, I like to use inches and feet because that's how you measure your height, right? I'm 6 foot 4 inches, right? So you want to use inches and feet for that. So you want to use the metric system for all other units, and in your glasses of water, you want to keep it at the milliliters. Now, when you get down here to the blood measure, that's fine because when you measure your blood sugar, your total number should be in milligrams per deciliter, which is mg with the slash and the DL, right? So it should be milligrams per deciliter. So that's fine. So now you're talking about the ketone measure with the urine test. Not really concerned about that part, because if you don't know anything about the urine strips, basically the urine strips don't work but for a certain period of time. They may work your first few weeks or so, but once your body starts using ketones and identifies that it wants to use ketones for energy, the urine strips are not going to work, because you're not going to urine them out anymore. So therefore, you're going to be reading low. Unless you're dehydrated, then you might read high. So the urine strips are going to work for a short period of time. So I'm really not concerned with that measure. But when you get here to the ketone daily unit, your ketone density units, when you get to that, you want to change that from milligrams per deciliter. You want to change that to millimoles. You want to change that to millimoles, because that's what your ketones are measured in. So if you're using some type of application, or you're using like a Keto Mojo or something like that, I was trying to find mine. It's over here somewhere close by. So if you're using one of these type contraptions or devices, you want to put your ketones in millimoles, because millimoles is where it's going to measure on these, so that you don't have to try to do any type of conversion or anything like that. Okay, so you want your blood sugar to be in milligrams per deciliter, and you want your ketones to be in millimoles. So that's that. So here goes how you connect it to any of your devices, and they're going to ask for some premium features. You do not have to pay for Carb Manager, y'all. You don't have to pay for Carb Manager, so don't worry about that. So if you don't want to have to pay for premium, don't. If you do. So it's up to you on whether you want to pay for the premium or you don't want to. So that's that setting there. So this is the settings that I think kind of gets everyone really going. But I'm gonna go into the getting started wizard. I mean, you can kind of look at this and see if you're going to do the weight loss or you go on muscle building, and you can click all that apply. I don't think this is imperative that you do this, because this can get confusing. Because if you're like, well, yeah, I want to lose weight, but I might want to add a little muscle. I don't know. I do want to increase my energy. Oh, I do need more sleep. So this can get kind of confusing. So this isn't imperative that you use that part of it. But if that makes you feel warm and fuzzy to go and click into that, have at it. But here goes your macros calculator. So this is the part where everyone is really working on getting it together here, right? This is where everyone is working on getting it together. So if you look at the milligrams per deciliter, I'm saying milligrams per deciliter. If you're looking at your macros, I'm sorry, let me go back. If you're looking at your macros, you're going to go into macro calculator, right? So this is where all the magic is happening. So you can see mine is like at 1400, because it kind of went off of my old the old app, right? When I set the app up. But what happens is I noticed that right here I'm at, okay, I'm going to lose weight. And that's not necessarily where I am. I'm more so in the moderation, but I know that the majority of people at weight loss. So I'm setting this so that you can see what it is. So what happened is you get into the app and you just kind of like, oh, this is new. And you're like, ooh, and you're like, oh, wow, I don't want to eat that much. And then you try to bring it back and it's like, oh, it won't go back to where you had it, right? So that's where people kind of get like confused, like, oh man, I can't get it back to 1500. So if you want to get it back to that 1500 area, you got to click this little icon here. It looks like a little pin, a little marker or whatever. You click that little icon and then you change it to what you want to change it to. So I teach to start at 1500 and then you figure it out from there. You can go up or down depending on your macros, right? You can go up or down 200 or so depending on your macros. But I like for everyone to kind of get started right around in that 1500 mark, because like I said, we're not focusing on counting calories, but we do need to know what our target is. We do need to know that so that you're not under, because that's the biggest mistake people make. Most of the time, you're not going to be able to go over your calories because you're not going to be able to eat that much. So like just looking at this right here, you see how it says that it's like a minus 80% calorie deficit. So that's one of the things I like to teach, because people like to throw that terminology around the calorie deficit. In the ketogenic lifestyle, you're going to be in a calorie deficit because the traditional American eating lifestyle, they're eating twice as many calories as this is. Okay. So I promise you, most people cannot eat more than about 1,500, 1,700 calories. Most people are not eating more than about 1,700 calories on the ketogenic lifestyle. Unless maybe they're, using it and they're like really training for something. Maybe they're eating more calories, but the majority of people that are in weight loss mode are not able to eat more than about 1,700 calories. So here again, you're going to set this at 15, and I'll show you again. If you get in here and you think, oh, that's neat, and you start messing with it and you can't figure out how to get it back, just click this little button change it back to 15 or whatever, 13 or whatever you want to change it to, and then you'll get going. All right, so here we go. So it says looking good. You know, it tells us what I the pounds that we would lose per month. I'm not really concerned about this part of it. So this is another reason why when you look at these apps, y'all, sometimes when the app is trying to tell you what to do to lose weight, it's not going to always be super accurate. So don't get to the point where you're changing it up every time you lose 7 pounds, because my whole theory is that y'all, if you're winning the game, keep running the same play, you know, and then if you feel like, you know, you got to stall or things aren't happening now, we got to look and see what changes we need to make. So, okay, so let's go down to the next step. So this part right here, I wouldn't worry about that too much, because this thing is trying to tell me that I'm going to lose 52 pounds a month eating that way. So, and I know that's not necessarily true, because I've been eating that way for a long time. And if I lose 52 pounds, y'all, I probably, y'all won't see me no more. All right? If I lost 52 pounds at this point, I think the last time I was 180 pounds, I was in middle school. So, so if I lost 52, I would be way under what I was in middle school. So I don't think that's going to happen. And then they're telling me I'm gonna lose that every month. So y'all just be mindful that is not a, you know, that's not super accurate. So just be mindful of that. So I can change my weight goal here, right? So if I wanted to change my weight goal, you see, I can go in here, click, and I can change my weight goal. So if I want to change my weight goal, I think it said 209 when I set it, but now it's like 210. So my weight goal in my mind was always 210. And like I said, I weighed myself this morning, I was like 205. But with adding muscle and things like that, I think 210 is a good space for me. So you can change that weight goal if it has changed from when you first got your app. So here we go. So you're gonna scroll down here a little bit further to your macro goals, right? So when you get to your macro goals, and we want to go to custom, we want to use custom. They're gonna have a keto version in here, but this keto version is 5-25-70. I like 5-20-75. That's what I teach. I mean, if you want to stay at the 5-20-70, that's fine. I teach the 5-20-75 because my teaching is that the fat is going to be the driving force, and I would rather you shoot for the higher number. And then if you miss it, you won't be too low. If you go with the lower number, then you might miss it and you're going to be even lower. So I like to shoot for the higher number and the moderate number of protein. So we're going to go, we're going to make it custom. So once we go down here and we click custom, now we can go down to our sliding scale. So we go down to our sliding scale, and you're going to just move this little slider to where you want it. And wherever you move it, it's going to move your numbers. So we're going to move that to 10. Nope, we're going to move it to 5%. So our carbs are going to be 5%. And you see it went to 19 grams. That's fine. Let it be. Let it be. All right, so you can see the protein. So I slide my protein. I want my protein to be 20%. We're looking at percentages. And as you move the percent, your grams are going to change. It's calculating based off of your calories. All right, so it's changing based off of your calories. So here we go. We got I'm going 20%. So I'm going to slide my scale to 20%. And you see, I'm getting to looking at the grams too sometimes to mess me up. So just make sure that you look at the actual the percentage down here. All right, so there I'm at 20%, and then I'm at 75 already. But let me show you the sliding scale. You can see how it changes everything as you start to change it. But I'm going to change it and make it 75. Boom, boom, boom. Where is it? All right, there we go. Change it to 75, and here goes my macros, right? So say I'm going to need 19 grams of carbs, which is about 20, which is right there at 20. 75 grams of protein. And I might have 123 grams of fat based off my weight. So it asks you, do you want to ease into the diet? I don't teach people to ease into it unless you're just like one of those people that's just like your thing. Like, I got to ease into it. And then, okay, I help you ease into it. But I always say, if you can get your carbs at 20, I think that is fine. In 3 days, you should be in ketosis. About 3 or 4 days, you should start feeling the effects of switching over from carb burning to fat burning. So this is a cycling version. So if later on you want to cycle keto, you can get the premium version, and it will help you cycle. I have a book, or I'll call it a document more than a book, called Keto at the Gym, that teaches you everything you need to know about cycling keto. So there we go. And then you just apply your changes. Now I know, see, like you see this little message that pops up is letting me know that the 1,500 that I have is not necessarily adding up. It's saying, well, you based off of what they figured, I would be at 1485, and that's good. So I'm like, okay, great. You just want to know that they don't put you at 1,000 calories, because now that's too low. So it says 1485. I'm like, great, that's close to the number that I want to hit. Bam, I'm going to approve that, and now we're all set. And that's the main part that I think a lot of people were confused about. That's the main part. So you got here your macronutrients and energy. There's a lot of extra stuff here that you can go in. You can look at your net carbs. It shows you your fat, your protein. If you want to add your fiber in there, you can add your fiber intake, the amount of fiber that you want to get in throughout the day. If you have a sugar number that you want to stay under, then you can put that in there as well. But like I say, for the newbies, y'all just focus on the basics. Your carbs at 20 grams. Well, let me back that up. Your carbs at 5%, your protein at 20%, and your fat at 75%. All those other things you can worry about a little bit later as you get to going. And then that is pretty much it, y'all. That's all you really need. That's all you need to know right there to get you going and get you set with this with the new Carb Manager app, y'all. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. I hope it definitely was a huge help. I see we got Gabby is in the house. So Gabby has a question. You said, I thought you did. I did lives around 8:15. I do, Gabby, but today is the Super Bowl, so I went early so that I could get this in. It's recorded, so feel free to go back and watch it. Tammy says, awesome. That was helpful for Tammy. Awesome, Tammy. I appreciate that feedback. So y'all, this is the new Carb Manager app. So hopefully y'all, this was very helpful to you. Definitely go back and watch this as many times as you need to on the YouTube side. I'm going to put this in the beginner section. So if you never found my YouTube, I'm going to put this in the beginner section. I have a playlist on YouTube for beginners, and there's 3 videos in there. It's going to be 4 now because I'm going to add this one, and I'm going to get out of here so that this video won't be but so long, y'all. So I thank y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, and I will be back at y'all on Wednesday on the TikTok side for the lives, and I'll be back here next Sunday on YouTube and Facebook. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all. Thank you.